One of our favorite features of our 2013 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon is the fact that it comes from the factory with front and rear selectable lockers. While we appreciate the open differential ability on-road, we love the fact that we can, with the push of a button, we can lock up the differentials off-road. Now, one of the challenges with a selectable locker off-road is that when you engage the front end, it can overwhelm the steering, leaving you not being able to steer left or right or get on the trail that you want to be or the obstacle that you want to be. An easy way to fix that is by going with a hydraulic assist steering system. We've actually done this on our 2013 with a kit from PSC Motorsports. This uses their big bore XD gearbox that gives us not only a larger sector shaft, but it gives us the ability to have a hydraulic ram attached to the axle and the tie rod. This means when our front end's fully locked and our tires are down at single digit pressure, we can easily navigate the trail or whatever obstacle we want to.
Installing the system will require complete removal of the original steering pump, fluid reservoir, and steering gear. It's a bit of a messy job, but thankfully we were able to get assistance from the local Jeep experts at Low Range 4x4. In addition to all new steering components, a high-flow steering cooler comes with the kit to ensure fluid temps stay under control. Aside from welding on tabs on the axle housing for the steering cylinder, PSC has made the Hydro Assist upgrade entirely bolt-on. This includes pre-made hoses and detailed instructions. Once the kit was installed, we bled the lines and did a quick alignment.
One area there's sometimes a little bit of confusion about is how well the steering system will work on road. At speeds, it's going to be more sensitive, but just like at lower speeds around town, it's going to be more sensitive. This sensitivity isn't a negative, it's just something that you got to get used to. It makes it a lot easier to dry steer, so pulling in and out of a parking spot is much easier. And on the highway, it just takes less effort to change lanes and move one way or the other. I can drive comfortably with one hand on the wheel, or two hands if you want to be more comfortable that way. But it's not difficult to drive, and it's not scary. This Jeep is set up with 3.5 inches of back spacing. We have our caster dialed in, and we have 37-inch tall Nitto ridge grapplers. This setup, I could hand off the keys to anybody, and it's easy to drive, and it doesn't take this big learning curve. It's just a small learning curve. You go, oh, it's more sensitive to drive. Okay, I don't have to saw the wheel back and forth, and I'm not fighting this oversized tire. So for the road, don't worry if you're on the fence and you're like, oh, I don't know if I can drive this every day. You absolutely can. In fact, it'll make driving it every day better. Now, one area for those that live in snow, or if you got to do evasive maneuvering, you'll like to know that the actual Jeep stability control system still works perfectly fine with the hydraulic assist steering. It allows you to push the Jeep around. All the brakes still work great. We have the Dynatrac Big Brake Kit on here, so it actually stops ours a little bit faster, but I imagine if you're in the snow and you need the assist of the stability control system on the Jeep, it's still there. So on the trail is where the steering system is designed to shine. The fact that we can take one hand and easily palm it all the way to the left, all the way to the right, and for a low is ideal. Obviously, you want to try to keep dry steering to a minimum because it's not great for the steering components, but you can do it if you have to. So with the front end fully locked, it's not that big of a deal if you get on an obstacle and you find yourself needing to back off or maneuver around a little bit differently. Before, when we had just a standard steering setup, if we had the front end locked up and we'd get sucked up on an obstacle to a point where we couldn't go any further forward and we wanted to back up, a lot of times we just couldn't move the steering wheel. Putting in too much force could actually end up breaking the sector shaft, which is an extremely common thing to happen on the Jeep Wrangler JK. So overall, we definitely say this is a good investment if you're going to get in the rocks, or even if you're going to be doing more serious trail wheeling. While rock crawling is probably the biggest place you're going to see the benefit, as having the front end locked up and being able to control it in that type of trail scenario is really where it's going to be the most effective. Just wheeling in general, if you're going to wheel with your front end locked and you've got a large tire, having a hydraulically assisted steering system is going to make a significant difference in maneuverability.
To find out more about the system and our JK build, be sure to visit drivingline.com. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay up to date on all of our latest adventures.